Monkey. You could say that I'm a bit of a Japan travel otaku. I travel to Japan multiple times a year as a tourist, and my aim is to create content as a tourist for tourists, all those interested in traveling to Japan. And nothing makes me happier than seeing you guys have an amazing trip after following my advice. So please do check out some of my travel guides and easy to follow itineraries. Welcome to Ninja Monkey, not the Happy Gaijin. I am the Happy Gaijin, but welcome to Ninja Monkey. Thank you everyone for coming here. Sunday, I've got my Coke ready, and for all of you who might not know who I am, I'm Nathan, I'm Ninja Monkey. I travel to Japan as a tourist multiple times a year, and I create content with the aim to either help you navigate Japan a little bit easier, bring insight to you. Oh, the music is too loud. Let's start again. Okay. Alright. Let's get this. Take two. Welcome to Ninja Monkey. I'm Nathan, and thank you very much for being here on a Sunday. For those of you who might be new and might not know who I am, I'm Nathan, and I travel to Japan multiple times a year as a tourist. And my aim in this channel is to basically help you navigate Japan, make it easier for you to travel, bring you some insights, and build a community like you guys who are watching right now, so that we can all help each other. I'll actually be traveling to Japan on an epic adventure for a 6-week trip in 2 weeks' time. Looking forward to that. And I now have a second channel called The Happy Gaijin, where I will be bringing you a little bit more of some more chill style videos. So thank you very much for being here, and awesome. I think that we're all good now, and we start off by seeing who is in the chat, and as always, I look forward to seeing who's here and building this community together. And already we have Jim Ross. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much for gifting 5 Chat Ninja membership. Much appreciated. In fact, that's very much appreciated. We are slowly growing this this channel with some epic people who are really like I said this all the time, it's not just about me. I think there's a lot of people in the chat that are very you know, knowledgeable in all sorts of areas of Japan, and people who have lived in Japan, and I think we've created a very special thing here, a group of people where we can chat and ask questions. So arigatou gozaimasu for the 5 Ninja Monkey memberships, and hopefully one of you are watching will be the recipients of those lucky memberships. You'll be happy to know that Jessica has been gifted. Okay, let's see who's here. We have who do we have? We have Joan. Hi Nathan, looking forward to your video this evening. Best wishes, Joan. Nice. I hope that you are recovering from being in hospital, by the way. Towada, just not looking forward to Japan in August. Yeah, me neither, I'm not gonna lie. But hey, it's better than I mean, I have heat here where I live, so I prefer to be in Japan than here, I guess. Good evening from Berlin. Hello Nathan, hello community. Hey Lani, thanks for being here. Awesome. Lani's here. We have Stevo, and we have Towada, and we have Japan, the man from the Facebook man himself. Check out his Facebook. I always say this, but it is worth it. You know, I think we need to look at each other's sort of like platforms and get ideas, right? So 2 streams in one day. Well, actually, 2 streams in one day. I guess so. Like I mentioned right now, I streamed this morning on my Happy Gaijin. I need to sort of try to build up the view watch time on that channel. So I will be slowly using the Happy Gaijin a little bit to sort of like build up on view time. And apart from that, yeah, this stream, and for those of you who might not know, but I actually put out a brand new video on the Happy Gaijin channel. It's basically about my experience when I did New Year's Eve in Japan. and it was fantastic. I really enjoyed my time in New Year's in Japan. It was amazing, actually. September okay though, Tawada. So I obviously talking to each other. I missed the stream, don't worry. Sup, Wobbly Wobbler is in the house. Thanks for being here, Wobbly Wobbler. Good evening from Brussels, where you can eat the best waffles. I want to go to Brussels and eat some waffles. If I go to Brussels, I hope that you can give me some kind of a tour. Happy Gaijins unite from form of Ninja Monkey. Yeah, like our own anime. I see that. Yeah. And I fixed the music, thankfully. So Japan says that you can hear us now. You Royal Highness can also hear us, which is I'm glad. I'm watching a ninja video with a ninja video in the background. Inception, man. Yeah, Ninja Monkey video in the background. Ninja Monkey here. How much more inceptive could it become? Thank you very much, Jim. Arigatou gozaimasu. Definitely thank you. Little late. Hey, no, actually, Black Impala, you're basically right in time, because I started a few minutes later. For some reason, OBS decided to update. I was going to go live and it went installing update. So, yeah. Hey, Jeff Dale from Tennessee. How you doing, Jeff? Thank you very much for being here, Jeff, my man. You guys, 11 days and I'll be in Japan 11 days. Jennifer will be in Japan in 11 days. I am excited for Jennifer's trip, and I'm also excited that I will be meeting Jennifer in person with Lito. That's right, in Osaka. So how cool is that going to be, right? Hello from Greece. What? Cool. Don't get many Greek people on here. And in fact, we have Jennifer, who's married to a Greek. Hello from Greece. Visited Japan last March and April and want to get more tips for my next trip. Good. Well, ask away. Watch my videos. Ask about any of the videos. We're here to have a little bit of a chill conversation, and obviously, hopefully, also get some value for watching the stream and with some useful information. Same, but I leave on Thursday. Whoa, that is like Thursday. That is like now, soon. Wow. In honor of the first ever earlier today on Happy Gaijin channel, you're welcome, Lani. Yeah, my first stream on the Happy Gaijin channel. It was a lot harder to stream from a new channel than it is from Ninja Monkey, because I have all my settings, everything is sort of set up for Ninja Monkey. But for Happy Gaijin, I actually started a stream thinking I was on Happy Gaijin, but it turns out that I was streaming from Ninja Monkey, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm doing such a good job with this stream. Wow, we have 15 people watching, and it's my first ever stream on the Happy Gaijin channel. And somebody burst my bubble and said, oh, actually, you've made a mistake and you're streaming on Ninja Monkey. But hey, teething problems and all that. Thanks, Nathan. If anyone wants daily Japan content on top of what Nathan produces, yeah, follow Japan if you're not already. Tawada, I guess Aomori and Hokkaido. I hate Kyoto, but my relatives drag me there always. Tawada, I'm going to be going to mostly Tohoku area. So I'm because of the intense heat and humidity that Japan experiences in the summer, I will be doing some Kyoto and Tokyo. But the majority, the bulk of my trip will be up north, and hopefully, I know it's still going to be kind of hot, but hopefully it will mean that it will be much less humid, which makes a difference, and it will be much cooler. And for those of you who remember, for those of you who have been following me and watching me since, God knows when you've been watching me from. In fact, if you remember how long you've been watching the channel and supporting me, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. But what I was going to say is that last year I went to Morioka, and in Morioka it was so cool in the evening that I had to put on a long sleeve t-shirt, and it was such a welcome change from Tokyo. So yeah, double feature today, yay! What did you think, Caroline, of my temple experience? I want to talk a little bit about that. The last video on the Happy Gaijin channel was basically about my experience of New Year's, and a lot of people say don't go to Japan over New Year's, and I understand why. I understand that probably if you go to Japan, you're going to want to go to some of those major like temples. However, at the same time, I think winter and New Year's isn't too bad to go to Japan. I've had a fantastic time. That temple experience of experiencing New Year's Eve at the temple with the monks chanting and with the bells ringing and with the white balloons floating up in the air, and the whole ambience was otherworldly. It was quite a magical experience. I'm not gonna lie, I would 100% repeat that. And like I mentioned in the video, a lot of people want to go to like Shinjuku, Shibuya, and want to do the countdown there when they're in Japan for New Year's. However, I would definitely say that those countdowns probably going to be more Western style with a screen, I'm guessing, with a countdown, whilst going to a temple, and it's just a whole different thing. So I do recommend it. Almost back driving. Hey, thank you very much for joining. Don't crash, dude. Be safe and don't worry, man. Hi from Porto Alegre, Brazil. Wow. Wow, Brazil. That's amazing. A country that I would love to go to. I love samba batucada. I love samba drums. I actually have a little samba band myself. Little information there. I play the rapanique and I lead it with my apito. Don't like Japan so much, but Konosaki was actually really nice. I liked it. Okay. Hello mate, I knew about your channel for quite a while but never watched your content. Today after you dropped in Found in Japan livestream, came and watched your videos. They are really great. Hey, thank you very much for coming and finding me from the Found in Japan livestream. Much appreciated, and I hope that you're enjoying whatever you've seen. If you are traveling to Japan for the very first time, I do actually have a playlist called Japan, what is it called? Starter Kit. Japan Starter Kit, and everything is in there. Back in the clay, and Frog Lady. Hey, Frog Lady. Sorry, I'm a little bit delayed, but I'm going through the messages, and yay, Frog Lady is in the house. Awesome. I managed to do pretty good deals back when the government announced opening the order. I literally saw the flights and price video earlier today, since prices are worse since then. Yeah, prices are very unpredictable right now. I'm not going to lie. It's very difficult when people ask me, when should I book? What should I do? When should I buy? I think at the moment, it's very difficult to know. Just me, myself, I've got my flights now for 2 weeks' time, but I've been keeping track of basically how the flight is doing, and it's literally going like this. Like, it's impossible. Just because it goes down doesn't mean it's going to go down. Just because it goes up doesn't mean it's going to stay up. It's quite crazy. Maybe I will go to Lake Dowada. Maybe I have quite a few things that I'm going to check out. Too much drinking during New Year's in Japan. I can't stand all the vomit. Okay, I can't stand it either. Is pachinko really as addictive as people say? I wouldn't say it's addictive. Me personally, I find it. I've done pachinko only to sort of figure out what, to experience it. I didn't find it addictive. I found it a little bit overwhelming in terms of the sensory, the sounds, the smoking, the whole experience. For me, is probably no more than like a 20-minute, half an hour experience. Japan is great, but like every politician promises YouTube live, but they never happen. No, I'm bitter as a second-class member. Finally home, just got my food. Tuning in from LA area. Cool. Thank you very much, Back in the Clay. And by the way, Back in the Clay has his own streaming channel. If one of my mods can actually point that out, give Back in the Clay a little bit of support. He is on pretty much most of my streams. Whenever I stream, he's there supporting me and giving information to the community. So it's definitely worth checking out. Let's see. Sister Bliss. Hey, Sister Bliss. Actually, I think I need to drink some Coke Zero. Ninja Monkey, Coke Zero. Surprisingly, a drink that I hardly drink when I'm in Japan. I hardly drink Coke when I'm in Japan. I drink a lot of water, especially in the summer. It's like my body all of a sudden goes, Nathan, you need to drink water or you will die. HT, yeah, I checked your starter kit. It's really awesome. If I may ask, why did you make a second channel? Yeah, that's a good question. I made a second channel for various reasons. I try to keep the quality of Ninja Monkey to a certain standard, and sometimes I film things and I just don't have enough footage to make a video out of, or sometimes I film things and I forget to end it, or I forget to start it. Sometimes I film things and things go pear-shaped and I don't have, it won't make it into Ninja Monkey. So that channel, for example, the video that I put up about the new year, that, I just sort of tried to make a video out of it. But really, it's just not really a video. It is a video, but it isn't, I don't know. I don't think it's good enough for Ninja Monkey, is basically what I'm saying. Also, I think that with Happy Gaijin, it gives me the opportunity to be more experimental. I think that with Happy Gaijin, I can definitely try different things out. I can also be a little bit more vloggy. I don't think everybody likes vlogs, it's not for everyone. I don't want to bombard Ninja Monkey with me just pointing a camera at myself and showing you everything that I do. And that is what I'm aiming to do with Happy Gaijin when I'm in Japan. I'm aiming to be able to film quite a bit and post it on Happy Gaijin as my trip progresses, without all the crazy editing, a little bit more laid back with less music, a little bit like what I did today. That video that I posted today took me an hour tops to edit, so that's what I want to do. Thinking about another trip in November to Japan, but would only have 9 days. Dude, I went to Japan for 1 week and I made the most of it. But I know what you mean. If you can find another slot with a longer period of time, then do it, obviously. By the way, I love your dog. Lani, I booked all of it the first days of February. Cool, dude. You're very, 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 very organized, it seems. Shushel, hey, Sushil, hey, I'm new here but watch a couple of your videos. I'm going to Japan in August and I've been told that August is the worst time to go to Japan. What can you tell me about Japan in August? Yeah, sure. Japan in August is very hot. It depends where you're coming from also. Everything is relative, right? If you come from a hot country, it might not be as bad as you think. Generally, Japan is quite hot and very humid. The main issue is the humidity, not so much the heat, I'd say. Number one. There are a few things that you can do to, kind of escape the heat. For example, why not add a little bit of northern Japan to your itinerary? Why not go to Hokkaido for a few days? Have a little break, and go up to Morioka, to Aomori. You can stay in the area for a night or two. You can even go to the Japanese Alps, places like Nagano, a little bit less humid, still hot. So those are ways that you can sort of fix the problem with the humidity and the heat. The second thing that I was going to say is that it is monsoon or typhoon season in Japan. There are usually typhoons hitting the area, I guess, towards the end of July and August. I've lived through them. They are a nuisance, but they're not the end of the world, if that makes any sense. You just need to sort of plan around it and be a little bit more flexible. A typhoon in itself will usually last about 3 days. 1 day of rain or heavy rain, 1 day of the actual typhoon, and then 1 day of the tailwinds, of the tail end of the typhoon, is from my experience anyway. The first day and the last day are usually okay. You can get on with it just with an umbrella and maybe adjusting your itinerary a little bit. The day of the typhoon, different story. I've had to, for example, go and head and stay in covered areas. Thankfully, Japan is full of covered areas, covered arcades, malls, all sorts of things that you can do in Japan undercover. So that's not the end of the world. Or like I've done in the past, I've actually changed my travel itinerary. Just because a typhoon is going to hit a certain area of Japan, it doesn't mean that it's going to affect another part of Japan, and that's the beauty of the Shinkansen. You can literally change your plan and, leave, go somewhere else where the typhoon won't hit. Yeah, Pachinko's crazy. Sister Bliss. Coke Zero. Twice in one day. Okay, tips on festivals. Do them. Experience them. Don't shy away from them. Be prepared for crowds. Be prepared to stand. And be careful. Specifically in festivals, I would say that the main issue is public transport being incredibly packed. So depending where you go, you might have to, arrange your transportation a little bit differently. I have been to Gion, and I've been to the one in Osaka. Both really interesting to experience. Not the one in Osaka was really way too packed for my liking. The one in Gion was really I've actually been to the one in Gion like twice, I'd say. It's fun to watch. Festivals, sometimes I find with Japanese festivals that you don't, just observing is enough for a few hours. You might want to also, when it's very busy, make a booking somewhere to eat, etc. But definitely do it. Definitely. In fact, this year you can look forward to 3 festivals that I'll be traveling to. One in Aomori, one in Akita, and one in Morioka. 3 festivals, 3 of the big festivals in Japan I'll be traveling to and bringing you along, obviously, through the channel. So, hello, I see Suica card available under Klook for purchase purposes. Isn't it suspended? Why? How long is your trip? I would say to Japan. If it's under 28 days, then I wouldn't necessarily purchase and pay for extra and a Klook, because you can still get a welcome Suica, which is a 28-day Suica. So if you're traveling for under 28 days, that Suica card is still available, and you don't have to worry about that. Secondly, if you check out my video on the apps to use, if you have an iPhone, you can actually add a Suica to your iPhone, and that will solve the problem. It is suspended, but I guess some places have, stock. You can also purchase a registered Suica card, which basically means you go and you register your name and they'll print the name on it, etc. Those are also available. What's that slight accent you have? No, you're not rude. I am from, it's a very unique accent, I guess, because I come from one of the smallest countries in the world. We have about 34,000 people in population here. It's Gibraltar. Gibraltar is on the very south tip of Spain, but it belongs to the United Kingdom. It's a British overseas territory. So my accent is that, plus the fact that I lived in Wales for a few years, all mixed up together. Would you compare the heat humidity in August like Florida? I've never been to Florida, but if somebody's ever been to Florida, maybe, or lives in Florida, they can tell me. Odori Park is amazing. Back in the clay, 100% agree with you. There's no escaping the mosquitoes, cockroaches, and typhoons in summer Japan. It's just a freaking miserable country. First of all, I've seen more rats than cockroaches in Japan. Second of all, I agree with you with the mosquitoes, but you can get repellent, and that does the job most of the time. But yeah, if you're well prepared, it's fine. I'm not really familiar of heat and humidity. Does Japan get hot and humid like I hear from you and other tubers? Yes, definitely they get hot. It gets hot and it gets humid, especially in July and August specifically. I've said this a million times. I think there is no right time to go to Japan. The best time to go to Japan is when you can go to Japan. other than Golden Week. And my biggest suggestion is probably to keep an eye on the public holidays in Japan and avoid those specific public holidays, or plan around those public holidays. That's probably my biggest trip for choosing a date. In terms of going to Japan, yes, I'm not gonna lie, spring is an amazing time to go to Japan, and autumn is going to be an amazing time to go to Japan, but not everyone has the time to go at those times. Some people are locked into work commitments, etc., like me myself. And what I'm going to say is I would rather come to Japan in the summer for 3 weeks than go to Japan in spring for 1 week, if that makes any sense. Any tips for going with 65-year-old parents for the first time? They are willing, but their walking ability and stamina is not as good, and they need frequent stops. I think you've given I think you've given yourself your own tips, and that would be definitely to factor in stops. Maybe it would also be to potentially save up a little bit more money to use more taxis. Taxis in Japan are not necessarily cheap, but I would probably say if people have mobility issues and don't have so much stamina, just plan it in. I mentioned this in my Kyoto guide, where I said one of my tips is actually don't be scared of using the taxis. Just plan them in. Doesn't mean use a taxi every single place that you go, but there will be certain points. For example, Kiyomizu-dera, getting a taxi up to Kiyomizu-dera and then walking down makes a lot more sense, in my opinion. Anyway, just factor it in. And then in terms of where you stay, that could also make the difference. Think of the fact that a lot of hotels, especially budget hotels like Appa, have the bed is on the side against the wall. Maybe for people who are older, an older couple might find it harder to get in and out of the bed like that. For example, if I was to travel with my mum and my dad, I think it would be quite hard for my parents to have that sort of situation. They would need to go to the toilet in the middle of the night and have easy access to the toilet. Also be aware that some of the toilets or baths might be quite high to step over to get into. So these are all things to consider when you choose your accommodation. And then obviously staying in a good location. Don't overdo it, and probably have a very, very clear itinerary so that you really maximize your time with the least effort possible. Let's see. Best place to look at JR Pass from UK. I usually just buy one when I'm in Japan, but I'm going for a month in October and don't want to get hit with a price hike if I can avoid it by pre-booking. Okay, in that note, there's still no... First of all, we are now the 25th of June, July, August, September. In theory, you would be able to purchase it if you're going. When did you say you were going? I can't remember what you're saying, but you can in October, right? So you can only purchase it 3 months before, and to be honest, there are plenty of resellers that you can buy it from, or you can buy it officially from Japanrailpass.net, and that will even open up the opportunity for you to do reservations online. Watch your space. I've got a feeling that we're going to be hearing more about that as the date gets closer and that 3-month gap gets closer. I'm pretty sure that they will announce something. Oh, there we go. Florida, humidity and heat in the summer is murder. The way around it is to do set things early in the morning and early evening. Plan indoor things for midday or you will die. In Japan, it's just always humid. Morning, evening, night, doesn't matter. That's a difference. People from Florida in the chats have said that it's worse in Japan. I haven't been to Florida, but I can tell you that specifically in Tokyo, it's relentless. The humidity and the heat, it just doesn't go away. It's not like it cools down in the evening. Oh, there you go. Anywhere in the Gulf Coast of the US would be reasonable to compare to Japan. Okay. The humidity is so high, sometimes in Florida you feel like you're breathing water. Yeah, Japanese Japan have just mentioned this. Actually, I wanted to mention something else. Let me just get my... Where's my Discord? I'm gonna share... I've been sitting on this for a while, but I haven't actually shared this with people. But where are we? I just posted it today. All right, let me post it. I am now posting a link to a Sakura mobile for those of you who are interested in Pocket Wi-Fi and are going to be purchasing Pocket Wi-Fi. Then you might want to support the channel by actually getting a product that I know a lot of people use and a lot of people sort of you know, like they say is good. So Sakura Mobile, not sponsored or anything, but it is an affiliate link, and I will be getting a little bit of a cut from any purchase done via Sakura Mobile. So if you're going to go to Japan anyway and you're going to be getting Pocket Wi-Fi or SIM or eSIM or whatever, then you might as well use Sakura Mobile, right? You might as well use the link that will support me. And it's nothing, you're not paying anything extra. It's exactly the same, and it's definitely a good company to use. A lot of people have used it before, and I will be using it on this trip. I'll be using my own affiliate link to get my Pocket Wi-Fi from there. So yeah. Sakura Mobile sounds like an advert, but really isn't. It's just me saying that that's one way that you can support the channel. Yeah. Taxi was cheap in Kyoto, you think so? I think taxis are quite expensive generally. Unless you're sharing like in a group of people, then it might make a difference, I guess. Made it so much easier, yeah. Any tips to beat the jet lag? Ooh, that is a difficult question because it depends on what time you arrive, when you leave, and all that. So it's kind of crazy. But I'd say that you can buy melatonin tablets. Naturally, your body produces melatonin to help you fall asleep. And in the recent year or so, I've actually been taking a melatonin tablet when I fly, when I get on the flight, and it helps me produce those whatever hormones or send the message to my brain saying, hey, you need to get sleepy and you need to sleep. That's probably the only one that I would say. And then the second thing that I would say is when you get to Japan, try to adjust to the Japanese time as soon as you can. Literally, I've mentioned this before, I'll be arriving I think at 7:30 in the morning when I get to Japan. It's very early and I won't be able to check in till 3 p.m. but I'm just gonna have to really push through it and maybe try to get a nap in the afternoon at 3 p.m. or something, or 4 p.m. for an hour, no more than that, just to sort of refresh myself, and then get out again and probably go to bed like at 10. That's my aim. So try to do that. Hey, there you go. Thanks for the recommendation, Toada. Sorry, Toada. You found a hot day in Japan in November way worse than a hot day in WDW in February. What does WDW stand for? Hey, from Hawaii, aloha. Have you got my card yet? I don't understand. How can it be so slow from Gibraltar? What? Osaka and recent years have been worse. People are really dying and hospitals overflowing. and can't emit for heat. Just be aware. Yeah, definitely. I think if you're gonna go to Japan, you need to take into consideration drinking, staying hydrated, walking in the shade, being air conditioned, and resting. Definitely super important. And also, I'd say in terms of drinking water, your body's gonna ask for it, and you know, there's plenty of vending machines. What? Is it slow to Hawaii generally, or is that like is it slow to Japan to Hawaii generally, or is it just slow from Gibraltar? That's what I want to know. I live in Japan and you can come and live in the UK. Hey, you always take from Sakura Mobile, and now you have an affiliate link to use, which would really be cool, right? I'll post it. I'll put it on my website anyway, soon, so that you can click on it quickly and use it. So, challenge accepted, dude. Japan. 2 weeks till I get to Tokyo, and I'll be coming straight from a week vacation in hot and humid Florida. So then you'll be able to tell us the difference, which is worse, right? When are you going to be driving, Ninja Monkey? I'm hoping to drive when I go to the north of Japan. Actually, I'm sorting out my international driver's license this week. A friend who works in the licensing office is helping me with that, so I just need to get her the forms. Elspeth, if you're listening to me, I'll be calling you later on. Rickshaws are expensive, but a cool experience. Yes, rickshaws are expensive, and if you're a return traveler to Japan, I'll just give you a little tip. Most rickshaws actually belong to the same company, most of them, and you can ask for a loyalty card. This is crazy, right? You can ask for a loyalty card, which basically I think you get them stamped. I've got like 3 stamps or something like that so far, and you get a loyalty card, and I think you get 10 or 15 stamps, and they will give you the suit, the rickshaw suit that they wear. I bet you didn't know that, right? Maybe they've discontinued that, but what crazy tourists would do that? Very, very few tourists, and they just. I might be the first one to ever do that if I get to that point. But they are a cool experience, and they're really comfortable, and they're a great way to see areas, locally. How do you get weather information, and how do you prepare for it? The Japan what do you call it? Meteorological Japan Meteorological Agency online is fantastic, up to date, gives you pretty much on the hour very accurate information with predictions of rain, etc. Or get an idea from Google. Might not be as good, but yes, power nap time. Visit Lab Hotel for a rest. For jet lag, I just woke up my mate and went to sightsee really early in the morning. Golden hour Sakura photos, Asakusa photos with no tourists. Yeah, I actually would suggest also, if you do have jet lag, then use it to your advantage. If you're going to be up early in the morning, then get yourself ready and enjoy the day early in the morning. Watching from Toronto. Hey Brenda, thank you very much for watching. Is there a true unlimited pocket Wi-Fi plan in Sakura Mobile? There is, and I can tell you from looking at the terms and conditions, there seems to be a fair usage policy, and this fair usage policy works in most pocket Wi-Fi etc. companies, so it's nothing new. Just read the fine print. Usually, if you go above a certain amount, they will reduce your data speeds, but I think it's only between like 6 p.m. and 2 a.m. So the rest of the day you'll be fine. Great fabric, yay! That's so true. I hate Japanese drinking culture. I got my own in Japan postcards within a week from Japan. Think it takes more time from Gibraltar. Definitely a long time from Gibraltar. But I don't know what's going on. It's really strange because I've never had like mail getting lost from Gibraltar. It's for your information. It's a royal it's Royal Mail. So basically, it will go to the UK, and then Royal Mail would distribute it. So. Is the postcard to Hawaii missing because it's a day ahead? Did you remember to post it in the future, Nathan? I posted it like a month ago now, or even more. This is the crazy thing. Okinawa is usually perfect if you want to travel to Nago, the north, where the aquarium is. Ooh, I haven't done that yet. I need to get a t-shirt to Ninja Monkey-san. I'll be purchasing one at some point. Don't worry, I will. Walt Disney World. You see, this is all this American slang abbreviations. Brenda, I can't wait to visit Japan, watching from Toronto. Brenda, have you been to Japan before? And if you haven't, or if you have, let me know. Let us know. What is your itinerary and what are you most looking forward to? And perhaps, maybe if you want to go one step further, tell me what's your favorite video from my channel? If you've seen any of the videos on my channel, I don't know, maybe you just come across this video, this stream randomly. I'm not sure. I have been to Disney Sea. I love Disney Sea. I had a great time in Disney Sea. I do like theme parks. I think they have a place in your itinerary. If your itinerary is longer than 2 weeks, if your itinerary is shorter than that, then it will be a hard sell, I think, to go to a Disney or to Universal Studios Park, in my opinion, because Japan has so much more to offer and see. That is my only issue in general. But I understand some people have kids, so including one of those trips, one of those parks along your trip will probably be beneficial and break things up. So, but I loved it. Yes, I've been Kyoto first, so Fushimi Inari Shrine. Fushimi Inari Shrine, definitely first thing in the morning. By the way, who here, hands up, show me your hands, there's a hand emoji. Who here watched the Kyoto top 10 and tips? Let me know, because on there I did mention a few tips. Number 1 is get to Fushimi Inari super early in the morning, and if you're jet lagged, it will be perfect. The sun starts rising incredibly early in Japan, so make the most of the sun and no crowds whatsoever for those photos. And, to wake yourself up in Fushimi Inari, pretty cool. Number 2, if you do or cannot go early in the morning, then you might want to just climb further up the mountain. Not necessarily go all the way to the top, but you might want to go further up. The further up you go, the less crowds that there will be. So that will be useful too. I can wear it on live. Yay! Yay! Shrine. It's shrine. Shrine. Hello again from sunny England. Sorry I'm late. What have I missed? You've missed a lot of things. Nah, not really. We're just chatting. I'm answering your travel questions, Sean. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And I was actually asking, generally, who here can tell me what is your favorite video from my channel, and also if you've checked out my latest one, my latest video, which is all about Kyoto, and also who has seen my latest video on my new channel, Happy Gaijin. And if you're not subscribed there, please do so. And if you're not subscribed here, hey, literally, it's free. It's a click. It takes 5 seconds, I've counted, and it will help send a very strong message to YouTube, telling YouTube that you think I'm doing a good job. Drive in Okinawa. Okay, drive in Okinawa. I was like, what? I took a regular bus to the aquarium in Okinawa. Okay, cool. I haven't been to Okinawa yet. It's definitely on my to-go to. Me. Sorry that video hasn't come up for me. I'll watch it soon. It's twice in 2 weeks I've missed a video. That's very strange. I'll get on it and share with my followers. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you. How do you get weather information and how do you prepare for it? I've already answered that question. Japan Meteorological website is very useful, and Google Weather in general, just to get an idea. Sean is in the house. Whoop, 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 whoop. I also would recommend, for a different vibe, going to Fushimi later in the evening, and then Beyond Dark, it takes a whole different vibe. Yeah, I mentioned that in the video also as an extra tip that I've been trying to do. I've been trying to not just give, like top 10 this, I've also been trying to attach tips to each of those sites. And I think that some of those tips are very useful. Some of them are like some things that I love to do myself. So, yeah. Yay, Caroline. Yakushima video. Taxi cheat, did you, oh my god, that was a bit crazy. I don't know, I wouldn't do it again. I'd want to go and spend more time up in the mountain. Favorite video from your channel, me and you on one of our streams. Yay! That's favorite stream. Just be aware of bears, boars, and bears if you're super late or early in Fushimi, especially if you hike up a little bit. Yes, I've heard about this. I watched your Kyoto video, very helpful. Thank you. I think I did a good job. I'm quite happy and proud of that video. I think it came out quite well. The information I think is useful, and actually, even though it's not my personal top 10, like I mentioned in the Happy Gaijin stream earlier this morning, I think that a lot of those places would make it to my top 10. Quite a few of them, to be honest. And also that rock garden. I remember when I went to that rock garden thinking, well, it's just a rock garden. It is very Japanese. It's very beautiful, obviously, but it wasn't until I came to the realization that there are 15 rocks, but you can only see 14 from any position, from any angle in that rock garden, that it all of a sudden became kind of exciting to try to beat the puzzle of the rock garden and see if I could see 15 from different angles, and obviously I was unable to. So hopefully that tip or that little bit of knowledge will make your trip to that temple a little bit more interesting. Next year I plan to return to Japan. I've been back 2 weeks and already want to return, but my bank balance is on its deathbed. That's how I'm going to feel after this trip. I'll also pop to Korea whilst I'm in the neighborhood. Yeah, do it. Don't put it off, and do it. Is there any monkey cafes? That is a good question. I have never heard of a monkey cafe. Would I want to go to a monkey cafe though? I'm not very sure if I would want to go to a monkey cafe. Favorite video is any you and Jessica live. I know, you're shocked. I'm not shocked. How do you get a taxi in Kyoto? Do you just wait for one? I think some good ways to get taxis are specifically taxi ranks. You can wave them down also, and from hotels it's very easy. Just ask, or even from a restaurant. If you're at a restaurant or a bar, you can actually ask them to call a taxi for you, and they usually will. So yeah, it's quite easy. The one with Oriental Pearl and the green tea in the park and the look out over the shrine. Hey, yes, I love that. That morning was pretty fun, to be honest. I took Oriental Pearl to some of my favorite spots she hadn't even been to. Like, that tea house was pretty something, I have to say. There are a combination. There are certain areas with proper taxi ranks, especially near the stations. So don't worry, it'll be fine. I love your reflexes. I like your itinerary videos. Maybe you should make more like this, like a 1 or 3 weeks of certain regions, or like what you do once you arrive. Thank you. Yeah, I think itinerary videos are a lot harder to put together than what you might think, because a lot of research goes into it. So those 2 specific itineraries, the 1 week and the 2 week itineraries, are itineraries that I have done myself. pretty much done myself. And also, I put it to the test with Jessica. I gave her my 2-week itinerary, and she went for 3 weeks, and she extended it, and I added one other location to it, and she had a blast. She had a great time. They were all over Jennifer. You can hail them in the streets. They have a light up in the sign in the window which is in kanji. Yeah, it's super easy. There you go, kanji and all. Look at that, Japan. Brenda, Kyoto top 10 for me. It's been good help, especially we are first timers to visit Japan. I'm planning to visit in September. For sure, I would love to meet you. Hey, I won't be in Tokyo in September, but you never know what might happen. If you see that kanji, so Jennifer, I'm gonna put you to the test. When I meet you on the 15th of July, I'm gonna give you a piece of paper and a pen, and I'm gonna ask you to draw that kanji. Okay? Bores, what do you avoid a meeting? Bores. Hey, I'm actually up to date with the chat. This is kind of something. Never happens. Ooh, I've got some messages here. Ooh. I've asked Luke from Nomadic Gaijin to recommend a strap where I can put a second phone on, so that I can check the chat and check out any sort of settings. So he sent me a link which I will open later. Two weeks, everyone. I can't believe it. 2 weeks is nothing. Just listen, and if you hear them, turn around and head back towards civilization quickly. Frog Lady! Hey, Japan has just gifted a membership. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. Awesome. Your Royal Highness just gifted a membership by Japan. In fact, out of curiosity, by the way, Frog Lady is booked for March 24th, but thinking of a short trip in October as well, because March seems like an eternity away. I nearly booked a flight today for October, and I might still do it. I'm not very sure. We'll see. If I went in October, then maybe I wouldn't go in December. If that makes any sense. I definitely would like to go this time round in next year for Sakura season also, but we'll see what happens. Froggy, I think we might be there for October. Japan, how much time off school do the kids have, or would you just go on your own? And how long would you go for? I would only, in October, it would literally only be a week. I was looking at the flights. I would leave on a Friday, and I would arrive Sunday morning. Basically, I would arrive Sunday morning, and then I would return on Sunday. So it would be a Sunday to Sunday sort of trip. A week or 6 days. Anyway. Thanks for the taxi advice. No problem, Jennifer. We need to meet sometime. I want to meet everyone. I do. I honestly do. I'll be there early October. Okay, cool. I'll be there around Halloween probably. The wrist Velcro a la Nomadic Gaijin. I tried it. Doesn't work for my smallish wrist. I have a small wrist though. When wearing the Apple Watch, I have opted for the crossbody cord. Oh, okay. Tell me about that. I want to know. We have 2 weeks off school at the start of October. They have a week off, but this trip would be just me and Michaela. Okay. All right. Okay. In my case, it would only be a week. I'm up for the challenge. I will be challenging you. Or are you secretly fluent in Japanese and can write kanji? Australian educators must be making bank. I wanted to check something, and that is, how many members does the channel have? Because I don't know how many members the channel has, and maybe because I know that depending on how many members there are, depends on how many emojis we get. So we might be able to add a few emojis to the channel. So we might be able to vote on some emojis. How do I do this? I always forget. How on earth do I do this? Memberships. Okay. We have... How many members do I have? I don't even know. I think we have 38 members. Whoa, 38 members, guys. No, wait. How many do we have? I don't even know. Seriously, YouTube analytics sometimes is kind of difficult to figure out. I don't even think I can figure this out. How many members does Ninja Monkey have? This is a bit pathetic. How can I not figure it out? I think I have 38 members. I think. However, how do I change? How? I'm so seriously. I know that I can add emojis, but there we go. Memberships. All right, memberships. Total members. All right, I have 38 members. Way, 38 members, everyone. That's pretty cool. Very, very cool. 38 members currently. It sort of like goes up and down. People cancel and etc. etc. And in terms of adding emojis, can I add emojis? Best practices. How do I add emoji? Membership levels and loyalty badges, emojis. You can customize this later. I want to customize it now. Nope. Alright, emojis. I can add... Yes! You can gain more members. You can upload and share. So I can add, I think, another emoji. One more emoji. Guys, what should it be? I can add one more emoji. What should it be? I wonder. I've been testing the cross-body cords I've gotten from Amazon. How is it? I don't think educators anywhere make bank. No. Emojis. I need a solution for chat on the go. Though, are those cords any good, Clayton? Yeah, that's basically what I'm investigating also, like what to do. Hey Feng, how you doing, Mr. Feng? Thank you very much for being here and for being a member. On Street Chat has frozen. Surprise. Seriously? Does that even surprise you? Let's see, chat. Refresh. Why does it freeze? Refreshed it, so hopefully it will sort itself out. Has anyone been to a sports game in Japan? No, but I will be. Ha ha ha! Thanks to Jennifer, who's got me tickets to go and watch a baseball match. I'll be doing that very soon. Ha ha ha! I'd like to see a high-ranking sumo match. Cool. I would love to see sumo. Hey, Frog Lady, arigatou gozaimasu. 15 Australian dollars. Much appreciated. I think it's time for me to actually, update the ticker up there, because I've sort of not done that. And we've had 5-6 memberships today. That's plus that, so that's about $40 I'd say in roughly. Let's see. How do I do this? Dashboard. Let me go to the goal And oops, go. What's this? Oop. I'm just updating the donation thingy up there. Summer Banana Fund. Goal amount. I put $50 and ta-da! It's updated. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu, Frog Lady, and those of you who have also supported with the memberships. Much appreciated. Postcard emoji. Ooh, that might not be a bad one. What postcard? Probably Gibraltar postcard. In fact, I'm gonna give you a little a sneak peek of something. I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek. All right. Sneak peek number 1. What do you think, guys? Dun dun dun! T-shirt printed. It's very creased. It needs to be ironed. I know. Second sneak peek. Dun dun dun! What do you think, guys? Happy Gaijin. T-shirt needs to be ironed also. But these are prototypes. And check this out. I have my own unique postcards. Dun dun dun! Also prototypes that have been printed for me. I don't know if you can see them. They're not the best. Ooh. It's a bit blurry. There you go. You can see them now. And finally, check this out. This is Ninja Monkey bandana. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. Those are all samples. Tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, and I've got the stickers also, which I haven't showed you, but I have stickers also. These are my sticker pack that I've also got. There's a Ninja Monkey sticker, a Happy Gaijin sticker, and a Stay Positive sticker also. So I have been working behind the scenes. You might think that I'm talking. Hey, thank you very much, Caroline. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thanks, Caroline. Much appreciated. You might think behind the scenes I talk about all of these things, but it's happening. I have these merch and prepared. Not very sure if I'm going to be able to have it live before I leave, but I will certainly probably be traveling with those postcards, business cards and stickers. And I'll hopefully be able to send those postcards out from Japan to my patrons. Just a quick reminder. Hey, Stevie, thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you very much, Stevie. Very much appreciated. But yeah, you want the stickers. So let me tell you how it's going to work roughly. I don't know the tiers exactly what, but it's going to be via Patreon. I really want to give back to patrons. Patrons is a really great way to support the channel. It also means that I know what income is coming in, so it helps me sort of like plan things ahead. And what I'm planning to do is top tier patrons, depending on how long you have been a patron, will be receiving merch from me, basically. But I might be adding the t-shirts will probably be after a year, after a year and a half. The bandanas maybe after a year, I don't know, etc, etc, etc. So I'm just working on how to share the merch out via Patreon. So, you know, a lot of people, they do Patreon, but I want to give back. I want you to support me, but I also want you to feel that you're going to be getting something back for being a patron, if that makes any sense. And I already know that there's a few people in the chat who have been a patron for over a year, so they will automatically be getting whatever I decide. Obviously I still need to see these things. These are just photos that have been sent to me by the printers. I need to see these things in person. I want to make sure that they're good, and then we'll go from there. And I know that in Patreon you can actually get a special tier, like a one-off, like Oriental Pearl's just done that for her language learning. I might be able to do like a 50 50 special t-shirts at like something that will match what a year's support on Patreon would be. So it would be an expensive t-shirt, but it would allow you to jump the queue and not wait a year, if that makes any sense. I want it to be exclusive. I want it to be special. Maybe the Happy Gaijin t-shirt I might decide to do as a separate thing, as its own sort of merch that I will sell. Anyway, these are just ideas in my head, but the product is there, so that is quite a big thing, I think. So thank you very much, and let me just add that to the fund. Where am I? I think it's about there now. Thank you. Okay. Loads of things I've said, sorry. I vote Hachimaki emoji. Yay, that would be good also. Green background. Okay, let's do it just because I'm getting bored of that color in the background. So let's do it. Ooh. Do. Is it not green? Why not? Oh, it's not connected. That's why. Dun. Is that green enough? I think so. Or do you want it more? That is green. Now that is what I call green. What's your baseball will be fun? It will be fun. Have you been to a concert in Japan? No. Have I been to a concert in Japan? Why do I feel like I've been to a concert in Japan? Sumo wrestling would be hard to go. Do you think so? I'd love to see sumo. I got to watch a sumo training, which was super cool, but never a live match. Wow. I've read that it's cheaper and easier to watch the preliminary rounds at sumo. Okay, I'm guessing. Ooh, a Torigate emoji already exists though, but that's a good. It is a emoji that's available. Sports in Japan is awesome. I helped with USA men's volleyball in 2017. Wow, cool. Awesome experience. As of doing baseball in the Tokyo Dome, NJPW, and one more pro wrestling event, trying to get a J-League football tickets after I get that. It would be pretty cool. Let me know how that goes. Let me know. Volleyball. V-ball. 2007, I see. You need a Happy Gaijin t-shirt. I'm really excited about. I think I'm super happy. The name. I'm super happy with the name, and I'm happy with the branding. I've grown into Ninja Monkey, but I must admit that Ninja Monkey was like, it took me a while to sort of like, I just came up with a name, then it sort of took off, and then I was thinking I don't like Ninja Monkey, but now I am Ninja Monkey and I can't change it. I've grown to love it. Love the bandana. I need to check the bandana out, see what it looks like in person. So I saw Hiroshima Cup baseball back in 2015 and I had a great time. Way different than the SF Giants game. Cool. And thank you very much for the merch. I hope you understand. I hope you understand sort of what I'm going with. I want the stickers. I've sort of said what I'm going to be doing. You can get baseball tickets online. I know that Jennifer has been got the Jennifer tickets, the baseball tickets online. Merch. Yes, Ninja merch. I haven't been to baseball either. I've never been to baseball in my life, so it's going to be my first time. I've actually bought a ticket in the middle of the supporters section, and they sent me a list of 13 rules. What? What? Oh my god, 13 rules. Love the t-shirts. Can you add a color to the Happy Gaijin t-shirt? Maybe red. Currently, at the moment, Happy Gaijin t-shirts, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I got my baseball ticket through an online concierge service and picked it up from 7-Eleven. You can do a lot of stuff from 7-Eleven. A lot of people forget. If you go to 7-Eleven, you can actually, from the vending machine that's there, you can actually do a lot of purchasing, Disney tickets. I got Disney tickets from there, for example. So, yeah. And you can pick that up from 7-Eleven. Yeah, like wearing opposition colors. Must cheer. Must be in seats 30 minutes before the first pitch. Oh my god, I don't even know what a first pitch is. So that would be a little bit of a nightmare for me personally. Ooh, my counter has gone dead. Yay, bandana is unique, right? I think so too. I placed my September Sakura Mobile SIM card order with your affiliate. Oh, seriously, dude! Thank you. That's so soon. Ah. Wow. I mean, I've had it for a little bit of time. I've just been sitting on it. I should have announced it a little bit more. Krutika, how do I make friends with Japanese when I'm in Japan? Any tips? I am an extrovert. Then you won't have any problems. I think Japanese people in general, they love to talk to foreigners. But I would say that my tip is take some little mini gifts with you. So for example, I'll show you. I take postcards. This is where I come from, by the way. This is the peninsula that I live in, Gibraltar. This is where I live. I'm somewhere around here. What I do is I write a little message at the back, or I just give it to them when I'm sitting in an izakaya, or I'm sitting in somewhere, even in a long trip on a train, someone sitting next to me. I give it to them, and that will spark a conversation instantly. Another thing that I've been taking with me also more recently are little 5p coins from Gibraltar, because the 5p coins, and I don't think I have any to show you. Do I have any to show you? No. But the 5p coins have little monkeys in the back. So they're kind of unique to give out. Green background equals Godzilla. Kabuki Theatre. I've never been, actually. Hi, have you been to the Ninja restaurant there, Chris and Kitty, Liverpool, England? Yes, I have been to the Ninja restaurant. I have a whole lot of footage filmed, and I'm not very sure if that will make it into the Ninja Monkey channel, or if it will make it into the Happy Gaijin channel, but hopefully I can actually put it out before I leave on my trip, or else it will take a little bit longer. But yeah, I have. It's pretty cool. Hit the like button, people. Yeah, please. No, you're Ninja Monkey-san. The Saru Man. Ninja Saru is my website, ninjasaru.com. Just a little reminder, since it worked so much faster than I expected, that you can use the link that I have provided to get your pocket Wi-Fi, your eSIM, or your SIM card for travel to Japan. And definitely, amongst one of the top 5 tips, definitely would be for you to use to get some data plan, because traveling around Japan can be a little bit daunting. And even for taking photos and translation of words, etc., would be very useful. So there you have it. I have a Ninja Monkey affiliate link, and you're going to be getting one anyway. You might as well just clicking the link and doing it via me. Dude, your postcard idea is perfect. I'm from North Carolina. Carolina, yes. Hey, I've even let me see. Let me show you something, because this is. Let me see. Where am I? I want to show you. I'm going to link you to something just to show you. And I swear that this doesn't have to be just with... it doesn't have to be with girls. It works with anyone. I give cards to anyone that I sit with, not just girls, is what I'm saying. It just happened to be that in this video that I'm going to share, if I find it, it just happened to be, where did I put it? Did I not put it? I thought I had. How to meet. Nope. I honestly thought that I had a short on my channel about about giving postcards. But I guess I've made so many shorts by now that it may be quite far back. So, where did I put it? Have I not posted it? Oh, here it is. Okay, I am going to share it with you now. And I know it says pickup strategy for Japan. I know it's clickbait, but you can use it. You can literally use it for anyone. It works. I swear it works. Thank you very much, Chris and Kitty. No worries. Isn't Saruman already taken by Tolkien? I don't know. Probably. Who is my football team? I don't really have a football team, I would say, in terms of football, soccer. I was brought up as a Liverpool supporter, so in more recent years I started watching a little bit more of Arsenal, but it felt wrong, so I guess I'd have to say Liverpool. Thanks to Nathan's suggestions, we're bringing Chicago postcards and keychains with us. Yay! Awesome. Definitely, it's worth it. It's worth it. It will make the difference. Just don't forget to use them. Sometimes I have like a little gifts in my bag and I forget. So just remember to have them ready. Gibraltar United. Is it worth to go to Hiroshima in the 2-week itinerary? Yes, it is worth it. 100%. If you can fit it in, Hiroshima is quite a special place, not only because of its history, but also Miyajima is very beautiful, and you can eat some okonomiyaki Hiroshima style in Hiroshima. It's definitely worth it. Magnet from your city may be a good souvenir. Yeah, I think when it comes to souvenirs, it all comes down to how much you're willing to spend, how bulky things are, and that kind of thing. So postcards, cost nearly nothing. They don't take up any space in your bag. They don't weigh anything extra, and if I return with more postcards, it's not the end of the world. Whilst I thought of taking little monkeys with me, but I think it's just too bulky. They're just too bulky. Right, not just girls. Beaches in Japan, I have to say that I'm very spoiled here where I live. I live in the very south of the Iberian Peninsula, in the Mediterranean and the Atlantic, and we have some very spectacular beaches where we're very close to where I live. In fact, one of the world's best beaches, apparently, is under an hour's drive from me, or an hour's drive from where I live. So when it comes to beaches, I'm spoiled. But I would say that Japan does have a fair bit of pretty beautiful beaches. But what really always surprises me is that a lot of beaches are not bathing beaches. People just don't bathe, don't swim in them, and I'm not very sure why. I don't know if it's literally because of tides, or I don't know if it's because just people don't tend to do it. When there's a bathing beach, you can see that it's pretty packed. I've been to Kamakura Beach before, and I really enjoyed it. Kamakura. Do you have a short about how to make friends? I have a short about how to pick up girls, but it's the same thing. Oh, football team, cool. In the USA, North Carolina Football Club. In UK, Wimbledon. In Germany, Union Berlin. What kind of message? Sometimes I wouldn't even put a message. Sometimes I just give the card and that's it. Sometimes I just write thank you. That's it. If it's somebody that I have sort of had a good conversation with, I might say hey, and I might write my social media sort of things. I might actually. I mean, I have some new cards also. Let me show you. Ooh, somebody sent me loads of messages. Okay, I do also have some brand new. What do you think of these? These are my brand new business cards. Both sides. One side is a simple banana, very minimalist, and the other side is just the minimum information within the Ninja Monkey there. So I'll probably be giving those out also whilst I am traveling along with my postcard. Yeah. Isn't it because of the social stigma in Japan that comes with having tan skin? You're more likely to be an outdoor worker, so seen as a lower class. I don't agree with this, by the way, but it does exist. Yeah, actually, to be honest, when I've been to the beach in Japan, I've been to the beach in Japan a few times. People are dressed like, just swimming shorts or bathing costumes, bikinis, etc. Very, very similar to down here, and I don't know, the younger generation don't have that stigma anymore, or those who are from the bigger cities might not have that sort of mentality. However, when I went to Korea, to South Korea, I went to beaches in South Korea, I went to swimming pools in South Korea, and everyone was covered. T-shirts, wetsuits, everything you can imagine, big hats. So it was in South Korea, it was shocking how people wouldn't want to get tans compared to Japan anyway. Is Hakone a must-go for onsen and Mount Fuji view? Hakone is an easy, I wouldn't say it's a must-go, but it's definitely an easy location for onsen and Mount Fuji view. However, don't be deceived. Mount Fuji from Hakone is a partial view. Mount Fuji is still pretty nice. And also, Mount Fuji is a shy mountain for a reason. It takes some time you won't see Mount Fuji. Being antisocial restricts the whole making friends thing. You're very social, Jim. Very. With us anyway. Is it true that breakfast is hard to find in Japan? Well, define breakfast and define what kind of breakfast you want to have. That's number one. For me, breakfast is a cup of coffee and a pastry, and if that's for me, that is my sort of go-to breakfast. And in Japan, that is very easy to find. Incredibly, probably easier to find than here in my hometown. If you're looking for a full English breakfast with the beans and the sausages, etc., it might be very different. If you're looking for cereal, it might be very difficult to find. So the beach bathing culture is different. They have paid beach huts, lounges with. I know. I discovered that by going into a changing room of one of them, thinking that they were public. For beaches to swim, you might want to go to Okinawa or the smaller islands around Okinawa. I think so. Yeah, beer definitely helps making friends 100%. Some of the young go to the beach to Nampa. China is even worse for the bathing suits that is completely covered. Very similar to Korea, to South Korea. I'm not gonna lie, very similar. Do people swim at the beach in Enoshima? Yes, I believe so. I haven't swum in that beach, but I believe it's the same beach as a Kamakura beach. Kamakura and Enoshima, it's that same coastline, so it's probably the same beach that I'm talking about. Oh yeah, a McDonald's breakfast isn't hard, and if you're stuck, you can always have a McDonald's breakfast. 100% agree there. Do I like natto? I'm going to be totally honest, I have never tried natto, ever tried natto. So I want to do a Samurai Day course. Where is the best one? Samurai. I'm guessing Samurai. I'm going to do Samurai maybe for a whole day. I'm not very sure, but I know that Shogo was a big YouTuber, has an experience. It's like a 2.5 hour experience where you learn how to yield, how to use a sword, etc., and how to cut and chop things. I'm going to be doing that course. I'm going to be doing that myself. So I'll be able to report soon on what that was like, basically. No, that's for me, but my wife and daughter love it. They're from Japan. Ooh. I had it very close to me, but I saw it and I just couldn't. Tokyo Inn Business Hotel has a free breakfast buffet. Yeah, look, I mean, most hotels have a breakfast option. That's another thing. Whether or not it's what you're used to, I don't know. I mean, I've been to many hotels that have a buffet in the morning, and I've walked around thinking, what on earth am I going to have for breakfast? There's nothing here that I'm gonna enjoy eating. But I've ended up always finding something, you know. Anyway, coffee for me is the number one thing in the morning. You was not impressed. I've got a feeling that natto's going to be one of those things where you're not going to like it the first time. You're going to have to try it a few times. Yeah. I'm willing to give it a go. Maybe this time round. Where to buy a sword? This question definitely is a question to ask Shogo. Because Shogo is the authority when it comes to anything with martial arts and swords, 100%. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know the answer to that question. Hopefully some people in the chat might be able to direct you the right place. How do you know which shrine to go to as far as bad luck or demonic versus good and angelic? I'm not very sure what that question means. All shrines are not bad, as far as I'm aware. So, the tip of Enoshima is rocky, only tidal pool. Enoshima Aquarium and beyond, not by the island, is where the sandy beach is. Shioka has a beach, and I agreed with fam not to buy a sword. Who? How is the clubs and nightlife in Tokyo compared to Osaka? You know, I've been out in Tokyo and I've been out in Osaka, and I think I had more fun in Osaka. Whilst I think in Osaka I just went to one nightclub and I stayed in one nightclub. Whilst in Tokyo I sort of went to lots of places. Which day onsens in Hakone do people like if they don't plan to spend the night in Hakone? I think, off the top of my head I can't remember, but I think I sent you a message about onsens in Hakone a few months back when you asked me. So you probably have to scroll back and see what I said back there, because off the top of my head I can't remember. Yeah, ask Shogo. Definitely. He's a friendly guy. He will even probably answer you on Instagram. If you're into like martial arts and swords and that kind of thing, you're gonna love his channel. You can say Ninja Monkey sent you that way. Yeah, leave a message. Leave a message, or leave a comment on one of his videos and said Ninja Monkey sent me. That would be so cool. He'll really appreciate it. We have 10 days in Tokyo, but what should we see besides the city? Wow, that is a good question. There's plenty to see in the city, just the city itself. But you might want to try to venture a little bit out of the city. For example, you could go to Nagano, to Matsumoto. You can go to even Ashikaga. I've covered Ashikaga. It's a great place to visit. Also, Nikko, Hakone. These are all places. Atami in the summer is pretty nice next to the sea. There's something I love. Places that are next to the sea. You could do a day trip. I did a day trip once from Tokyo to Matsushima Bay. It was probably about 3 hours on the train altogether to get to Matsushima Bay. So I left nice and early. Got there just before like midday probably, and spent the day there. And then on the way back, got some dinner, an ekibento, and had it on the train on the way back. And it was a fantastic trip. So if you have the JR pass, or if you have access to train lines, then Japan, easy to travel, easy. You can buy swords through Shogo. Are you kidding me? What? I know, I knew, I could read, I knew exactly what you meant. What's the most bizarre thing you've seen in a vending machine? surprisingly, a lot of people think that Japan is full of strange and wacky and weird vending machines, but to be honest, they are few and apart. You need to go really searching for them. And when you see videos about strange vending machines, it's basically because people have gone specifically to that vending machine. In terms of strange vending machines, let me think, but I have seen some interesting ones. You know, obviously I've seen the whole, you know, like used underwear. I've seen a used underwear one before. Some interesting food items I've also seen before. Yeah, but they're all over the place. Kamakura and Nikko to do besides Tokyo. I also like Enoshima a lot. Enoshima, I know that the last video that I posted on my Happy Gaijin channel was a little bit off-putting, but Enoshima really is such a nice place to chill out for a day. It's so nice. In a way, I prefer it to Kamakura. Hey, Radiant Kratos, thank you very much. Thanks so much. We're going in November. I heard trying to hike Mount Fuji during November is a bad idea. Have you ever tried it? I don't think you should do Mount Fuji in November. Firstly, the official climbing period is usually in the summer. November, I wouldn't be surprised if it starts snowing by then, because it's very, very high up. It's probably going to be very unsafe. You'll probably find it very hard to get insurance for climbing a place like that. Most of the huts where you stay will probably be closed. So I've never tried it, but I can agree that it's probably going to be a bad idea to go in November. Unless you're like a very experienced adventurer, then maybe. How difficult is it to get tickets for Ghibli Park and also the museum? I haven't even tried. I've decided that I'm not going to even try going to the Ghibli parks on this trip. They're too new, they're too exclusive right now, and as far as I'm aware, they're quite difficult to get tickets. The sort of lottery system at the moment. In terms of the museum, I haven't even been able to get tickets for the museum, but it's something that I might be more willing to try and check out. Hey. Agreed, Nathan. The crazy, what does that say? Thang really is a myth? What? I don't even remember what I said. What did I say? Yeah. Oh, I would say, Rider, that maybe Lake Kawaguchi might be one of the best lakes to go to. I mean, there's plenty of lakes that you can check out. Even I've seen Mount Fuji plenty of times from Enoshima and from Kamakura. Oh, you hope that the vending machine with the cake is still available? Probably will be. I wouldn't be surprised if it's still there. Steve, what does that mean? Are you gonna make me get my Am I going to have to get Google Translate out to read what you said? The crazy, let's see. The crazy vending machine. Oh yeah, the crazy vending machine thing really is a myth. It is. I mean, they are very, very far, and I mean, people flock to these weird vending machines. Every now and then you will see, the thing with vending machines is that there are so many vending machines in Japan. There are so many vending machines in Japan that you will eventually, see one that's strange. I've only spotted the legendary Pantu vending machine inside a shop in Akihabara. I think I saw it in Akihabara, or maybe it was, perhaps, I'm trying to think where it was, but it might have been in Akihabara, or it might have actually even been in Nakano Broadway. I'm trying to remember. It was quite a few years back. Is there an onsen where you don't have to be fully naked and sit with the whole family, including kids? Yes, Yusuf. I went to an onsen in the winter. I actually made a video of it on my on my Happy Gaijin channel, Tawagara Onsen. YouTube at Happy. And let me share the link with you. Tawanagara? Takaragawa, that's it, Takaragawa onsen is what I'm talking about. And that onsen is pretty spectacular. I would recommend staying the night. It's got really nice outdoor sort of things. They give you like these special kind of like bathing suits to wear, like robes that you put over yourself, and it's a pretty cool place to go. It's very unique, especially in the winter. So there you go. It's incredibly beautiful. You can climb Mount Fuji off season with an official experience guide. There you go. You can find an official experience guide. Many onsens have private family bathing rooms you can book. That is also a very good fact. I forgot about that. I mention this always. Loads of onsens have private rooms that you can book. But if you want to sort of mingle with other people and experience like a normal onsen sort of thing, you can do that. What I mentioned. Ooh. Okay, let's carry on with the messages. Kichijoji and Inokashira Park are fun too. Kichijoji is amazing. I love walking around the area. Jared share the Aloha Mount Fuji to climb in August. If you do plan at the time, bring warm clothes for the top of the mountain. Yeah, I would say, Jared, I actually got myself a tour guide for that, like somebody who guided me up the mountain. They organized everything for me. They organized my shoes. They organized my warm clothing at the top. It was pretty cool. Crazy vending machine. Gibby Museum from your country. I heard it's now a lottery system online and very hard. If you have a friend in Japan, they can get a ticket from Lawson, maybe. Where do I look for flights? I simply been using Expedia these last few years, or directly with British Airways, or directly with Turkish. If you have money, Ginza Shado Co. Limited in Ginza has lots of swords. Some you can buy, some only Japanese can buy because of the historical significance. Wow. You bought a major era sword for 4,500. Can you send me a photo? That looks epic. Send me a photo. Pantsu. I knew what you were talking about. What's a good airline to flight to Japan International? It depends where you're flying from. This is the thing, because not all airlines fly from the same to the same destinations, or from the same destinations. Where is Nakano Broadway? Nakano Broadway is an area near Shibuya in Tokyo, or Shinjuku in Tokyo. It's kind of behind a few stops behind Shinjuku. It's sort of like a shopping mall that sells all sorts of like very specific items. Oh, you could reserve in LA, and you had to pick an exact day and time for the Ghibli Museum. I don't really need to go anymore. What color represents the men's bathroom, red or blue? 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 You put me on the spot now. Try Japan Airlines or ANA Airlines to go to Japan. Yeah, like I said, it all depends on your preferences, price over quality. I mean, they're all going to get you there, hopefully, anyway. But Yeah. Right, a few more minutes, guys, and I will be ending the stream. We will be streaming again on Wednesday, fingers crossed. You might get another surprise stream from the Happy Guardian channel. If you haven't checked out my latest video where I go into everything to do with, well, not everything, but my experience of traveling to Japan over New Year's, there it is. I've just posted it right now. And if you haven't checked out my latest video on Kyoto and things to do in Kyoto, then please check that one out too. I'll post it there for you too. Why not? And as I mentioned earlier on, if you are going to be going to Japan and you are planning on getting some sort of Wi-Fi, pocket Wi-Fi, SIM card, etc., use my affiliate link. plug. It will help me out a lot. Let me just do some of the last sort of questions that you have before we start finishing things off. Have I been to any sketchy parts of Japan? If so, what was it? Sketchy as such? I wouldn't say I've been to any sketchy parts. I went to the red light district in Hiroshima, and I found that to be a little bit sketchy, but I wouldn't say that it was sketchy compared to like the sketchy parts of London. Do you think $50 a day on food is good, or should I raise the amount for a trip to Japan? I mean, it's doable on $50. I think it might be a little bit on the tight side. If it's just food, it could be done. If it's food and spending money, then it's a little bit tight, I would say. Canada. I've never flown with them because I'm not from Canada, so. Hawaiian Airlines. Cool. That sounds cool. EVA Airline versus United Airline non-stop, worth the extra 500. Okay. It was madness back in the clay. I haven't been. Can you believe it? No problem. Ninja Monkey. No problem. Back in the clay. Thanks. Hiroshima is pretty cool. I think it's definitely worth a night or two, to be honest. Anyway, guys, on that note, I think it's time to say good night, and thank you very much. Which train stations, last one, which train stations are best to get your JR Pass if you ordered it online from the JR site, and all you have right now is a reservation number? Any stations? There is on the website, on the Japan Rail Pass website. Let me get it for you. Japan Rail Pass. I would say japanrailpass.net. There is a list of exchange counters that you can check out, and where are they? I just saw it today. Purchase. Pick up the pass. There you go. Okay, I'm giving you a link to that, but personally I've been using Ueno Station. It just depends where you're staying, really, in Tokyo, but pretty much all of the major areas of Tokyo will have an exchange counter. I usually stay in the area of Ueno, so that's where I go to. I have used other exchange counters throughout the city, and I've noticed that some of them, especially Shinjuku, can be very busy compared to Ueno anyway. But hopefully that link will help you and give you an idea of where to go. Right? Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for your time. Your time is valuable, and thank you very much for all of those of you who have supported financially, and for those of you who have been here with all your questions and those who have also been helping answer the questions. Very, very much appreciated. You say you recommend Shinjuku. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a lot busier compared to some of the other places, but yeah, very informative. Yay, I'm glad. Thank you very much. Latest all, Uenojoya Pass station is nicer. It's definitely less busy, but it all depends on what time you go. Also, there's no right answer, but hopefully, use those specific stations that I've given you with a link to, and you'll be fine. On that note, good night, everyone. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you for being here, and I shall catch you soon. Hopefully. 2 more weeks to my trip to Japan. I can't believe it.